Hello! So I am just above my house and Lochearnhead for this walk this morning, and I'm going to try one of the local Corbetts, and yeah, it's about 6:30 in the morning. I feel like I'm whispering because there's some tents up there. I'm still not used to seeing tents low down, because obviously it's different in Scotland. So it's about 6:30, and the only reason I'm setting off early is because I was up and the rain is supposed to come about 11 o'clock. So I thought, well, I might as well get out and see how far I get. So I'll show you where we're going when we get into Lochearnhead. But for now, I am just enjoying this lovely sunrise over quite a quiet loch. And other than the rabbits and now these tents, I haven't seen anybody else today. Well, my dog kind of pretended he wanted to come with me, but he had no idea where I was going, so I left him. He's not really up for the long walks anymore, so that's a bit sad, but also, yeah, it's happier for both of us if he stays. So let's get on and see how far I get today. Just saying hello to some of the goats that are up here. So beautiful. Hello, little goats. So here we are at the bottom of Lochearnhead, and beautiful views. This is Corbett, a Corbett that I am not planning on doing today. If the weather is going to be like this all day, then maybe, but it's going to deteriorate. So this is where I want to head, that little snowy ridge up there, and the Lochearnhead is where we're heading. It's a Corbett, which means that it is between 2,500 but just under 3,000 feet. So a decent amount of climb. I'm also going to have to go down and cross the burn before I do. Behind me now I can see Lochearnhead, but also Ben Vorlich, just snow-capped, peeking up at the back. And so yeah, we're going to head off the path now, and there is a footbridge further up, but it's quite a lot further up, and I know there's a ford down here, so that is where I'm heading. The map that I'm going to use now is my Harvey's Lochearnhead. Absolutely perfect. Thank you, Harvey's, for making a map with my house in the middle, and also handily fits in my trouser little pockets, and so I've had this most days. So it's pretty straightforward now. I'm gonna go and cross the burn. I'm then gonna find my way just up this grassy slope over the ridgeline back to the Bealac, and then down the track. Simple, hey? So we crossed the ford, and dry feet because I went for the waterproof socks and trainers and rolled my trousers up. And yeah, this sort of thing would not really be a problem pre-knee replacement, and hopefully it won't be in the future, but I was probably 9-10 weeks post knee replacement, and so it takes quite a lot of faith standing on one leg in the middle of running water. and I needed my stick, and yeah, I'd struggle without that. So wow, beautiful. And now I'm on new territory for me. I've never been on this side of the burn, and I think it's just going to be a slog up in the bogs. But I'm going to be rewarded with some amazing views. So let's start picking a line up there. I've decided to have the first coffee stop of the climb. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look much, does it? I promise I felt like I had climbed a bit. And amazing views back to Lochearnhead, just peeping out there, and also all the way up the glen up to Craig McRannoch. Whoop. Hi Matt, come on. Forgot about that. So the summit's just come into view. Not very close, admittedly. So that's Lochearnhead, and just check my map, and yeah, still a bit to go. We are just coming up to the top of those streams, and then I'm gonna just keep going up to this summit and then head along the ridge that way. Some little lambs up here. I mean, they're tough. They haven't even had the lambs in the valley, so unless they were last year's, it just looks really young. And absolutely gorgeous blue skies, but it is starting to cloud up a little bit, and the forecast was definitely rain later. So hopefully get up and do the ridge while I've still got views and it's dry. Probably just need less coffee stops. So these are the views. Still heading up through the bogs. Oh, absolutely beautiful. Can start to see the Ben Lawyers ranges. I don't know if you can pick those out. They're like in the clouds, but snow-capped mountains. I saw those just over in Killen. Absolutely beautiful, and I think the snow has gone. It was very light dusting this morning up on Lochearnhead. Yeah. Oh. Honestly, I keep having to pinch myself that this is now my little morning walk. And I love the Peak District. I grew up there. I was back there for 14 years. And I really had to think about about moving. Like, it was a really big decision, and now I've moved. It's like, why was I even doubting it? Sorry, Peak District. But just to have this on my doorstep, and I haven't seen a single person, and I don't. Maybe I'll meet some cyclists on the track. Maybe I'll meet Marcus out running. But otherwise, I'm not meeting anyone today, and it's Sunday and it's beautiful, and I just love it. I love the peace and the solitude in the hills. I love walking around. I don't have to pick up litter like I did in the Peak District. So yeah, I love it here. If you're thinking about moving to Scotland, then here's a sign to just do it. Just do it. There's no point waiting till retirement. Enjoy it now. So nearer the summit than last time. The wind is pretty cold, so I got my gloves on, hood up, and I'm nice and toasty. And I just love this contrast. Like, the peat bogs are just what I'm used to on Kinder and in the Peak District, and then I've just got these massive mountains behind. So yeah, I wrote a little bit on my last Substack about how maybe I was grasping for the familiar by going on about, oh, it's just like Kinder when I was pretty much on the other side on that summit, and it's not the Peak District, but that's fine. I'm really getting used to calling this home. It still has moments where it feels like I'm on holiday, but hopefully, I mean, I've only been here not even 2 months yet, so I was at my last house for like 14 years, so of course it's not going to feel quite as familiar yet, but it certainly feels beautiful. It's definitely getting a little bit cloudier, and well, you can't really see the clouds come in. It was looking pretty wintry on Ben Moor, and so yeah, it feels a bit of a race to get to the summit. And Lochearnhead, which is the name of this Corbett, means hill of the views, and so it better deliver, or else I'm going to put in a complaint. I think it's saying that you can see 3 lochs from there, so I'm guessing Lochearnhead will be one. I could see Loch Foyle, and look, yeah, we'll see. That's hopefully, fingers crossed, there's still some views by the time I get to the top. I'm just sheltering behind this rock. Because it was just such a good spot to finish my coffee, have a packet of crisps and put my waterproof trousers on, because I don't think I'm gonna make it dry on this walk. So I thought, well, I might as well, while it's sheltered, put my trousers on. So yeah, I think the sun and that beautiful sunrise a while ago, I was just pausing in case there were eagles there, but I think it's just ravens or crows. That would have been quite special. Marcus has seen the eagle around here, but I've seen lots of ospreys and red kites, but not eagles. It's just a crow. Okay, I'm gonna head up to the summit now, and I am well prepared for the bad weather. So there's the summit up in the mist, and I am getting some views. Just like clearing, swirling. Down to Belclear and then Loch Foyle. Beautiful! The views, the hill of the views. There's fleeting views today. Oh, I bet it's amazing. I'm stood here imagining what the views could be like. That you can see, I was thinking, oh, maybe it must be Loch Tay, but I'm not sure even even without this cloud I can see Loch Tay. Lochearnhead. Well, I'll have to come back, and come back I will, seeing as this is my local trig now. And I think my local trig in the Peak District was Whitehead. Ooh, hang on, views. Grab them while you can. And I was thinking when I got up here in the mist, well, I could be anywhere, so I might as well be at the Whitehead trig. But I've climbed 2,500 feet to get here, which I never had to do on Whitehead. Woo! Look on! Okay, we have some views. huts. And yeah, beautiful views when it cleared. The sun was like, I could feel the sun as I was coming down from the trig, and I was quickly looked behind in case it was in, you know, blue sky and sunshine just as I'd left, but it wasn't. But there'll be plenty of blue sky days. But I can appreciate these days too. So at the top of Lochearnhead, and I want to get down to that track, which looks kind of near, but also looks very, very rocky. Just come down this descent. Just really zigzagging for me because my knees definitely the hardest thing is descending at the moment. But hopefully, you know, I'm only 9-10 weeks post knee replacement, so it's not bad coming off on this terrain. But if you're following my trail on Strava or Route or something like that, then yeah, you might wonder why there was so many zigzagging. So I think this is just going to be a slow and soggy process to get down to where I need to be, but visibility good, so I should be able to pick my way and yeah, meet the track. What an amazing walk. Back in the glen, we've just come down here. Ooh. It's actually nice and boggy, which is good for my knees. I'd rather have that than rocky scree, but definitely this is a walk for somebody who's comfortable off paths and comfortable on bogs. A route for the bog connoisseur, I'll call this one. And I did see a line of a fence post up there, so I wonder actually there could be a little trod that people have, or sheep have used. But I didn't go looking for that. I did the adventure route just straight down, and yeah, all good, all good. No, it didn't even lose a shoe in a bog. So it's pretty easy from here all the way home, down the glen. I've got one ford to cross, which I've come out at before, and then just down the path. Bottom of the glen, and this is where it all began, which seems days ago, with that blue sky and morning light, and it's still just about morning. I'm heading back for lunch now, so really exciting that was just a quick morning walk. Popping up a 2,800 foot fell, I was going to call it, but hill. We're in Scotland, so you can really see where we went, up on there on the ridge, and then down the glen. And coming down the glen, I was just so happy. That's probably the least amount of pain downhill that I have had for years, and I can't remember moving in the hills without pain. I just can't remember it. It's too long ago now. And so yeah, I think, well, obviously getting stronger after a double knee replacement, but also this soft, boggy, spongy ground really suits me, which is good because I need to go back up there and see the views from Hill of the Views, with no views today, but I quite like that all will be revealed in its own time. And yeah, I'm sure this will become a bit of a favourite loop for me. How lucky to be here.